Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Dragon Ball Nation. Today I'm giving you guys another Q&A, of course, and let's go ahead and get right into this. Would you force your kids to watch Dragon Ball? I think that force might be a strong word, but I would strongly encourage and show them this series, hoping that they would, follow along and enjoy it just as much, or at least close to it, as much as I do. I think that any real Dragon Ball fan would want to show their kids that. Just like if you had parents that wanted to show you their old TV shows or anything like that. I mean, I think that would just be a normal thing to do, really. Let's see here. Let's see. I might sound stupid, but wouldn't it be cool if the next Universal Tournament joined all the allies that Bandai produces and writes, all the animes to be in a different universe? This is completely BS, but it came to mind. I mean, it'd be cool for like a special, but not. It would be cool for a special, but not for like Dragon Ball Super or anything like that. But like how they had that Toriko and One Piece crossover with Dragon Ball, all three of them crossed into one special. That would be cool, but not a part of an actual saga or anything like that. Do you think Zamasu was truly evil? I think that definitely. I think it's interesting, and I don't know if it's worth a video topic. I think it could probably just be ended right here. But the thing about Zamasu is he started off not as bad as maybe you would think, but his whole idea and the fact that he's like, oh, this is justice, just because you think something's just and the right thing to do doesn't mean that you're a good guy. I'll tell you that right now. But Zamasu literally killed all mortals. That's pretty fucked up. No, he's definitely evil, and even like at the beginning he wasn't, it was more subdued, but the further he got along, the more evil it became, the more malicious the whole idea of taking out mortals or eliminating them it became much more malicious. And the thing about Zamasu is, especially when he fused with Goku Black, we get this psychotic side. I feel like when Goku was somewhat overpowering him in some situations, beat him in the beam struggle, using Kaioken to kick him in the face, Zamasu got kind of crazy. Like, he's losing more and more control as he physically loses more control with the other fighters. How he physically just couldn't handle them quite as well as he could before because he's not paying attention or whatever. I understand he's much stronger, but you probably understand what I mean when Goku was getting like some shots on him, right? And when Vegito comes in the picture, he's overpowered by Vegito. He lost control of the fight. He loses control of his mind too. So it gets kind of to a point where he's kind of a psycho, really, I guess. So yeah, he's definitely evil. No question about that. Absolutely no question about that. Come on, bro. Oh, I read the one below it, but we'll get to that one, I guess. What if Trunks instead went back to before Goku left for Namek and goes with him to kill Frieza and trains everyone for Cell and goes SSJ2 and kills Super Perfect Cell and became a main character and stays in the present after killing his future Cell? Would they send our Trunks to future Bulma? No, I don't think so. I don't think he would have gone that far back anyways, because that wasn't the plan. I mean, that's like really, really far back, and I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, only like about a year or so, a bit more than a year before when he originally came out. But I think that that's just, I mean, number one, obviously, it's just, writing. They didn't think of that, I guess. But that's just like so much. That's such a big change, I guess. I mean, what if, I guess, everyone would be a lot stronger? But it's not something I think would have benefited the story. But I guess everyone would have been a lot stronger. Cell would have been taken out earlier if the androids would have even been released. We don't even know about that. It kind of would have been one of those situations like you can't say it's Bulma. I mean, you could say it's Bulma and Vegeta's kid, but there's gonna be even longer of a waiting period to see that kid be born, I suppose, and even bigger of a risk for it to not even happen, I guess, because Goku would have known about it if he had said that. So I don't know. It's a weird question, man. It's a weird question. This is the one I was looking at. How soft do you think 18's boos are? Not even boobs, bro. What would you have done to them if you could touch them? Come on, bro. Do you understand fourth dimensional powers? Seth says you don't. Well, I don't think I've ever seen anything about any fourth dimensional powers, and I don't know who Seth is. The only Seth I know is, well, I don't even know, but I know of is Seth the programmer, and you know, I've seen a lot of his videos, but I don't remember saying anything about any fourth dimensional stuff. So maybe you're confusing me with someone else. I don't know. Let's see. Do you think that if Goku used the Kaioken technique in front of Buu, he would have learned it? I think that's a very possible situation. Is it guaranteed? Not exactly, but if he can learn Kamehameha and instant transmission, I mean, I would assume Kaioken will be pretty easy too. If Gohan and Future Trunks used the Potara earrings for max power as Super Saiyan Ikara, well, that's I guess the Japanese term for it, or whatever. But the Super Saiyan Rage, which is that false Super Saiyan blue looking form that Trunks has. I really hate the name Super Saiyan Rage. I really hate that, because it's like that doesn't. I mean, it's obviously he's mad, right? So he has a rage, big deal. He's a Super Saiyan that's rage, but it's like you couldn't have come up with anything more creative with a name. Come on, guys. No, but Gohan with Future Trunks with that form, Potara fusion, would they have been stronger than SSJ Blue Vegito? Please write answer down. Thank you. Okay, I'll write the answer down, and I'm also going to answer it here. Oh, this might mess up my whole entire question list here. No. I'm sure you're going to see this in a Q&A anyways. Anime Vegito SSJ3Z versus Buuhan Kaioken times 400. Okay, so base Vegeta was already stronger than Buuhan in the anime by a decent amount. So even though you got Kaioken times 400, I would still say, since Vegeta was a pretty damn good amount stronger than Buuhan in the anime in his base form, Super Saiyan 3 is 400 times base. So I would say, logically, Vegeta would win. Still. So, I mean, especially the fact that Vegeto's stronger by a pretty damn good amount than Buuhan already, just without transforming. If you say Goku Super Saiyan is a 5 and Goku Super Saiyan 2 is a 10, what number would you give Broly? What number would you give Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan? I guess Gohan I'd give like an 8, maybe a 7, just because when Goku went Super Saiyan 2 against Majin Vegeta, Vegeta literally immediately says, oh, at least you're stronger than your son was against Cell. So it was like an immediate just indicator of his strength. And I could give Broly something like maybe an 8, maybe a 9, but I don't know. Because I can see Super Saiyan 2 Goku beating him. But that's just me. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, I suppose. Broly vs Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan. I could see Broly beating Teen Gohan. From the second movie. Second movie Broly, I should say. Not the first movie. Second movie. I could see that happening. Although the thing is, even though I gave Gohan a lower number, the thing is, if Gohan gets into a beam struggle with Broly and can manage to pull off the same thing he did against Cell, where he literally, basically the way I looked at it is he kind of went like beyond what he could currently do. He kind of went beyond his max power, I suppose, when he did that Kamehameha, where he, he pushes forward. He literally pushed out everything and beyond what he had. That's kind of like how, that's kind of why he kind of like passes out, basically. He doesn't really pass out, but he's like, goes back to his base form. He's on the ground, everything. He's kind of like passed out or incapacitated, I guess, after the fight. On the ground, breathing heavily. So I kind of always figured he kind of went like beyond what he could do. That's kind of what I figured. So I think that if he did that against Broly, based on the beam struggle in the second movie that had Super Saiyan Goku, who was brought back by Shenron for whatever reason, a very weakened Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 1 Gohan. The problem is with that movie is that Gohan was Super Saiyan 2 earlier, but I would assume he'd say Super Saiyan 2 the entire movie. But his hair was different when he came back after. Remember, guys, when he was in that the lava with Broly, he powered down because he was tired out. He just powered down right there. He was almost passed out again, just like at Cell, right? He powered down, and when he came back for the beam struggle, when he powered up again, his hair was different. Might have been an art thing, it might not have been, but it could make sense that he would go Super Saiyan 1 because he wouldn't have a lot of energy or something. But it's just hard to say. But anyways, let's just say a weakened Super Saiyan 1 or Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Weakened, very weakened too. Remember, very, very weakened. A weakened Goten and Super Saiyan Goku. I mean, that's not as impressive of a beam struggle as people like to lead on, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, against Broly. It really isn't. If Vegito could go SSJ 2, SSJ 3 Buu Saga, where, okay, I guess he means if he could do that in the Buu Saga. So if Vegito could go Super Saiyan 2 and 3 in the Buu Saga, where would Super Saiyan 4 GT rank in terms of power? Do you think he could beat Super Vegito? I mean, that's kind of speculative, and I can go into all sorts of numbers, but I can't really say off the top of my head. I guess for something like, let's say, Super Saiyan 2, maybe he could be on par, but I think Super Saiyan 3 could probably be stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I'm just spitballing off the top of my head. I'm not doing any math right here. I can go into like the base forms and all that stuff, how much we think that GT Goku is. It's just hard to say. It really is. It's very possible Super Saiyan 4 Goku is stronger than Vegito's forms completely. It's just something I really just don't have the time to kind of dissect right here, I guess. Someone in the comments will probably do it for me, I'm sure. Let's see. In the Buu arc, Goku Super Saiyan 3 equals SSJ 1 Gotenks. Gotenks SSJ 3 equals 8. Well, where's the 8? Where's the 8 come from? Oh, you mean 8 Super Saiyan 3 Gokus. Okay. It says it right there, actually. So, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks equals 8 times... Okay, don't let me lose you people listening to this, because there's going to be some math here, I'm sure. 8 times Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Super Saiyan 3... Wait a minute, okay. There's too many numbers. Okay. Equal than... Okay, so Gotenks is equal than to or greater than Super Buu. Well, he's greater. Super Buu equals a 6 or 7 times Super Saiyan 3 Goku, okay. Consequently, Super Buu is stronger than Buff Buu because Buff Buu was basically Kid Buu with South Kai. I don't think South Kai is stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Well, I would think so either, but I mean, I don't know what all this math is for. You're obviously pretty good at power scaling. Well, I'm alright. I don't think I'm amazing. Which means you're good with numbers. Well, numbers and power scaling aren't all... The problem with numbers... Well, I'll finish the question. Were you good at math? Do you even like math, or is it just genetic? Love your videos. Well, I appreciate they like my videos. I was terrible at math in school. I was good at algebra. Geometry I was completely terrible at. But the thing about numbers and Dragon Balls, they don't always mix. I think you really have to pick and choose when you use numbers with certain things. You can't make things way too complex, because in reality, when you make it too complex, I feel like it just doesn't make sense. Because there's just no way the creators ever really think that far. It's just at that point it's just almost an unrealistic depiction of characters when you use numbers that get so complex, I suppose. But I guess that's my thoughts on it. I try not to use numbers, but if you have to, I don't try to use too much math, if that makes sense. But we'll leave it off on that one. I think that's a good spot. I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. Share your thoughts down below. And, of course, I'll catch you later.